Video. It happened at Montgomery's church at Eastern Oaks. WSFA 12 News reporter Simon Schuessler shows us the surveillance footage of the moments leading up to the robbery.
It's like something out of a nightmare. This surveillance video shows an armed, masked thief on the prowl, carefully surveying their surroundings. Senior pastor Daniel Gillenwater was in the church as the suspect waited for the right time to strike.
We're having a men's ministry event where we kind of came together and had dinner and watched the Thursday night football game.
You can see the suspect just feet from the door where the gathering was being held. Just moments later, the alleged thief made their move.
One of our members walks down the hallway and he steps out, surprises him with a gun, and kind of says, "Whoa!" And we hear that and step out of the hallway to see this individual pulling a gun at all of us. Had us get on our knees, empty our pockets, took our wallets, cell phones, and then he had us line up against the wall and told us to, give him 5 minutes or he'd shoot his way out of the place.
The crime happening in a matter of minutes. You can see the suspect walking in at 8:27 and pulling away at 8:38 p.m. Police would arrive shortly after.
The Montgomery Police Department have been amazing. I haven't heard anything since they picked up our security footage, but they were great. They were here fast and in force.
If this person that did this is watching this, what do you want him to know?
See, the only thing I'd want to say is, repent of your sin and give your life to Christ.
You'd like to see him in these pews one day.
I'd love to see him sitting here in the pews worshiping with us.
In Montgomery, Simon Schuessler, WSFA 12 News.
This happened last Thursday. It is unknown if a suspect is now in custody. We have reached out to Montgomery police, but so far we have not heard back about this case.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Super 2. Okay, back with part 2 news. Feel for this Friday month, y'all, man. Okay, I probably did the news out of Montgomery to where this robber trying to rob a church. So, got some event to where this robber, basically, I guess he robbed a church. I think last Thursday night to where it said that that's in the type of like a video clip to where I think the pastor had seen the robber who trying to was standing in the hallway until the robber had got a gun on him until we saw the robbing church and stuff, and how the dude was a caught. So okay, so the investigation is on the way after a man walked into a Montgomery church and robbed them up the people at gunpoint. So it's an incident happened around at night so I think it's around November 20th at church at Eastern Oaks, located off of West Ferry Road. So it's just that the church security cameras were recording when the suspect first appeared in the parking lot around 8:28 p.m. that Thursday night. Minutes later, he was inside the house of worship, looking around. I don't know. I think he looked for people to rob or something. And how he was was in the hallway. So the cameras recorded the suspect as he walked slowly through the hallway while he heard the church members inside the room with the door closed. And it said that I think it was in the game something how the dude just came in the church and just started robbing. And so it said that the suspect waited for someone to come out before basically committing multiple robberies against the so I guess the people who was in church and stuff, and so the pastor explained that after they committed the crime, the suspect told his victims that they should wait 5 minutes before calling police, or he would shoot them or kill them. And so I don't know. I had read someone told the robber had I could put a gun out on the pastor and people, saying that I think he's I guess he's trying to tell them, I guess you're trying to tell them to get down on the floor or to get their their money out or wallet out or something. And they trying say he's trying to rob the people in church, and so it's a day just minutes later after he first seen on camera, the suspect started his vehicle and drove off his out the premises, and how Peter came shortly after. And I don't know. I feel it's a crazy news about this robber, man, who trying to rob a church, man. But I feel like, why would this dude, try to rob a church for anyway, man? But I feel like this dude trying to rob a church at night But I think like things I don't understand. Why would this this dumbass robber to rob a church for, knowing that people inside the church probably might be scared of the dude. But I feel like the dude robber had robbed a church last Thursday night, man. So this dude just want to crash out, man. Want to rob people in church and. But I feel like Montgomery, like, some folks in Montgomery do some crazy stuff nowadays, man. Like some people in Montgomery do some crazy stuff. But things I don't understand, why would you, as a robber, try to rob a church, knowing that the people in there, and knowing that, the people is afraid of you anyway, plus you got, a mask on anyway, a pistol on your side, on your hand, means that, people is afraid of you anyway. But I feel like the robber probably make it caught with soon. Like, things I don't understand. Why would you, as a black man, to rob a church for, man, knowing that, you really ways to get money out here. It's crazy, man. But I feel like they do trying to rob a church, man. But it's the thing where people gotta be careful about, robbing banks and churches and stuff. Means that, I don't know. I feel like once you basically try to rob a place, means that the laws can find you, and you can get in jail for robbery or things get robbing a crime. But I feel like they do try to rob a church, and how they do is probably might get caught real soon, or do probably out there out on the run. Somewhere in Montgomery, somewhere else in the city. I don't know, man. But I feel like, why would you, as a black man, would try to rob a church for, man? Church is a place to where folks, is going to church to, serve God at. But I feel like, why would you do that anyway, man? That God, I don't know, like, God is not, but I feel like God is not going to forgive you anyway, especially, if you are trying to crash out, if you basically, after trying to rob a church or rob a business or bank, anything, means that God is not going to forgive you for that anyway. But I feel like he's trying to, rob a church that's probably, outside town, and they, how you probably might get caught, how I might go to jail, and but I feel this story is kind of crazy, man. Like, why would you, as a dude, trying to rob a church for people trying to go there to serve God and worship God in church, and how you gotta, how the dude trying to rob a church there? It's crazy, man. So, man, it's crazy how the dude just want to crash out over some money, man. But I feel like, but I do feel like people who rob banks, rob churches, rob businesses of someone who broke, someone who doesn't want to get a job, someone who just trying to be bones, out there all life, and they want to want to get money by trying to do things that could be like robbing banks or robbing stores and anything. But I wish the dude should get him a job, man. And job, man. A job is the but I feel like a job is the way I think they do basically. I don't know. I think a job is the way they do. She trying to, I think trying to earn a living, but how he just out here in the streets basically trying to rob a church for is just crazy, man. So make sure you like, comment in, show us a peace. I'm out here. Take care and peace.